Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Kimberly and today I'll be teaching you the blossom stitch. This is a new stitch for me and I'm looking forward to teaching you how to do it. The blossom stitch can be a lacy stitch or a fairly dense stitch. It depends on the weight of the yarn that you use. The sample I made is made out of a medium weight or number 4 weight yarn, but you can use a DK weight, which is a 3 weight, or you can go as small as a 2 and make something very, very lacy and pretty. As you can see, it already has a slight lacy look to it, even with this heavier yarn. But can you imagine how pretty that would be if you use something much smaller? It's a very pretty stitch. It's only a 2-row repeat, and so it makes it very easy to learn. Projects I recommend with this stitch would be springtime baby blankets, or if you decided to use a DK weight or a 2 weight yarn, a really pretty lacy shawl or scarf. So there's so many different things you can use with this stitch, and I'd love to hear what you've decided to make with it, so comment below. Okay, let's get started. For today's demonstration, I will be using the Caron Simply Soft. I really like this yarn. I've made several projects with it. I love the sheen that it has to it, and it is rather soft. Sometimes it even feels a little bit like cotton. Let's get some information on this. This particular one is called Soft Blue. It's a little hard to see. This is a medium weight or 4 weight yarn. They recommend a 5mm hook. It is machine washable and dryable. It is 100% acrylic. This is a 6-ounce skein. It has 315 yards. I'll be using a 5mm hook today. This one happens to be a Susan Bates. It is a US H8 or 5.0 millimeters. To get started, we need to make our foundation chain, and our chain needs to be in multiples of 4 plus 1. So today I'm going to chain 29. That's my multiple of 4 plus 1. First thing we're going to do is make a slip stitch. You can make your slip stitch any way that you feel comfortable. If you're not sure how to do a slip stitch, you can simply just knot the yarn right onto your hook. Do remember to leave a little bit of room on that first one so that it will easily slide. To make a chain, we're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through the loop. That's a chain. We're going to yarn over, pull through the loop. Yarn over, pull through the loop. Yarn over, pull through the loop. Okay, so there's your first 4. You're going to make your chain as long as you wish it to be. Just remember, a multiple of 4, and then add 1 more chain. Once you have your chain as long as you wish it to be, we'll be working into the 3rd chain from the hook. And to find that, you're going to count backwards from your hook. Don't count the loop that's on your hook. We're going to count backwards. We're going to count the chains. 1, 2, and 3. I prefer to work in the back loop, but you can certainly work in the front if you wish. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference to this pattern. Okay, so when you want to work in the back loop, you'll turn it over, and if you can see those little bumps right there on the back, that's the back loop of the chain. So what we're going to do is we're going to work 1 double crochet, we're going to chain 1, and work 1 double crochet, and we're going to do all of that into this 3rd chain. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to insert into the 3rd chain, we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop for 3, we're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through 2, we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. That's your first double crochet. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to yarn over, going into the same space here. You're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So what you have here is what is known as a double crochet V stitch because it makes kind of a V pattern here. Okay? All right, moving on, we're going to skip one chain, and into the next chain, we're going to work a single crochet. Yarn over and pull up a loop. We have 2 on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through both of those to make a single crochet. We're going to skip a stitch, and into this stitch we're going to work our V-stitch again. So double crochet first, yarn over, insert into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2, chain 1, and another double crochet into that same stitch, yarn over, insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. There's our V-stitch. Okay, moving on, we're going to skip a chain, and into the next chain, work a single crochet. We're going to skip a stitch, into the next one, our V-stitch again. Yarn over, insert into the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to chain 1 and work another double crochet into that stitch. Yarn over, insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to skip a stitch and do a single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, you should have 2 chains left. You're going to skip a stitch, and into this last one work your single crochet. Okay, to go to our next row, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to turn our work. This will be considered a double crochet and a chain 1. We're going to skip over single crochet and our double crochet from the row below, and into the chain space we're going to make a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip a double crochet, and into the single crochet we're going to make a double crochet. And then chain 1. Into the chain 1 space we're going to single crochet and chain 1. Into the single crochet below, we're going to double crochet. And chain 1. Into the V-stitch, chain space, single crochet, and chain 1. Into the single crochet, we're going to make a double crochet. And chain 1. And into the last V-stitch, you're going to single crochet, chain 1. So once you've worked the single crochet and a chain 1 into your final V-stitch, we need to find the top of the turning chain from the row below. And it's a little bit tricky, If you remember, we worked our very first V-stitch into the third chain from the hook when we began working the pattern after we completed our chain. So we know that's in the third chain. So let's tilt it. Here's the third chain. We just count back 2. 1, 2. So that is the top of our turning chain. Okay? So that's the stitch we're going to work into, is this one right here. See the V of the stitch? We need to make sure we pick up both of those loops on that V. Okay? So to make a double crochet, we're going to yarn over. We're going to insert into that chain. Both loops are on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through both of those loops. We have 3 on our hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. And that completes row 2. So we're going to chain 1 and turn our work to start row 3. Starting on row 3, you're going to skip this double crochet from the row below, and then that's a chain. You're going to skip that chain, and you're going to look for your single crochets. So into this single crochet, you'll be working your double crochet V-stitch. That's a yarn over. We're going to insert into that single crochet. We're going to yarn over and pull up our loop for 3 on our hook. We're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through 2, we're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Then we're going to chain 1, and into that very same stitch, another double crochet. Okay, so there's our double crochet V-stitch. Now we're going to skip this chain, and right here in this double crochet from the row below, right here on the top of it, we're going to put a single crochet. Now there are no chains in between these 2 different stitches, okay? Just a reminder. All right, skip this chain and into the single crochet, make your double crochet V-stitch, yarn over, insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 1 only in the V-stitch. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Okay. Skip the chain and into the double crochet, make a single crochet. So, right here, single crochet. Okay, skip the chain into the single crochet, make our V-stitch. It's a double crochet first. Make a chain, 1 more double crochet into the same stitch. Skip the stitch into the double crochet from below. We're going to single crochet. Chain, make a V-stitch into this stitch. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, once you've completed your final V-stitch, we're going to work a single crochet into the 3rd chain of the turning chain. So let's turn it over so we can find it. Okay. Can you see all those bees? All right, so here at the bottom, there's 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to work into this 3rd one. If you remember, this was a chain 4, so there should be 1 more chain right here, and I've been pulling it so it's gotten a little tight, but that's it right there. So the 3rd chain is where we want to work. And remember, we want to pick up both sides of this chain. So single crochet, we're going to insert into this chain. So there's both sides of the chain. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop and complete our single crochet. And that completes row 3. So the pattern from here on out is a repeat of row 2 and row 3. Okay, let's work these together one more time. At this single crochet, we'll be starting row 2 again. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to turn our work, working into the V-stitch right here in between. We're going to put a single crochet, and on this row we're going to chain 1 in between each of these stitches. So chain 1. We're going to move over to the single crochet and work a double crochet. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, 3 loops on the hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. Don't forget to chain 1. Into the V-stitch, single crochet, chain 1, into this single crochet, make a double crochet, chain 1, into the V-stitch, single crochet, chain 1, and we're going to double crochet into this turning chain. So turn it over. It was a chain 1, so it's this one here, this very first one. If you can see, as you turn it, this first one, not this double crochet stitch which looks like a chain, but if you look, there's your double crochet, and if you turn it, you can see the V-stitch above it. So you want to go backwards 1 into this chain here. And that is where you turned from the row before. So it's this one here. Okay, so we're going to work a double crochet there. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to insert into that chain. Be sure to grab both sides of that loop of the chain. Okay, yarn over, 3 loops, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, and we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Okay, into the first single crochet, we're going to skip this space here, and into the first single crochet we're going to work our V-stitch, which is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, into the double crochet from below, you're going to work a single crochet, into the single crochet, we're going to make our V-stitch, so it's double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, into the double crochet, we're going to work a single crochet, then our last V-stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and into the third chain of the chain 4, not the top, third chain. I'm going to turn our work a little bit to find those chains. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one has kind of gotten squished. It's right there, 3. So the third chain from this bottom, 1, 2, 3. That's the one we'll be working into, and we're going to do a single crochet into this chain, making sure to get both of those top loops, and work a single crochet right there. You can continue working this until your desired length, and at that point you'll chain 1. You're going to snip your end, and then you'll pull it through, and that'll be the end of your project. Okay, let me show you just what I meant earlier about the differences in the weight of yarn. So if you recall, I said this was a 4-weight yarn, but this yarn tends to be a little on the small side of 4, so it makes a little bit of a lacier pattern. You can see the holes there. And if I compare it to the other yarn, which is also a 4-weight, see it looks a bit more dense. And it only has to do with the weight of the yarn. You can really see the laciness. Now, if this was a number 3 weight yarn, it would be even lacier than that. That is such a beautiful stitch to me, really pretty, would make a beautiful sweater, springtime sweater or a cardigan. I just really love this pattern. It's very delicate and very pretty. It would also be a very, very beautiful baby blanket for those springtime babies that come along. Hey, if you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. It does help me reach other viewers who want to learn new stitches. And if you have questions, feel free to leave them below in the comments. I do answer questions. So I'll see you in the next video. Happy crocheting, y'all.